nowadays when I meet someone, like even in Berlin or even in New York, they know about Georgia. They know about Tbilisi. I think so. It's for me, it's really, really good. About 10 years ago, they know that Georgia is in USA.
My name is Tekune Gachichiladze. I'm a chef, restaurateur, teacher. This is my culinarium, my first baby. I opened this 7 years ago, and it was like a hub of the everything what I wanted to do. It was the cooking school, the chef's table, the place where all the bridesmaids, culinary bridesmaids meet each other, and I'm very proud. We moved here for 3 months ago from the old location. And I think this is the very important place for me. So, and this all is open not only for me. It's a place where all other chefs can come, experiment, teach, do their chef's table, do their menus, what they can do in their normal restaurants, because they are very little bit. And this is the place of where all extraordinary things, culinary things are happening in Georgia.
Now we're starting to make hinkali. So it's like first we're doing like this, and then we make some cuts, and then inside some meat.
I think this traditional Georgian cuisine was always fusion. Traditionally, it's the centuries and centuries. Because what is a fusion? Yeah, it's a mix of the different cultures, different cuisines, and in some cases now they're doing this like a force mixing. You know, they're taking like a Peruvian cuisine and then bringing with something French or something like this. But traditionally, Georgian cuisine is the fusion because all these influences of the Middle Eastern, Russian, Indian, Chinese. Because of the Silk Road, it was very, very normal. You know, it did pass through Georgia, and we adapted. Also the spices, the ingredients, then it came from the Europe, like from America to the Europe to go to the Silk Road back. So it's like all this migration built the Georgian cuisine. So, and I thought it's a good now, and then the Soviets came and it's all stopped, and it's like it was stagnation, and it was like only just keeping the tradition. It was not anymore about innovation, so it was only like somehow to survive the Georgian cuisine, like the traditional dishes, and not to mix with the Soviet stuff. So this was the main idea. It's not only about the cuisine, it also was about the language, the culture, all, and I'm sure also the Polish and all Soviet republics suffered from this, you know, and then all republics were keeping the tradition alive and not to innovate anymore. And then the Soviets gone, and then it came like 10 years of stagnation after the collapse. And now what's happening? Now we have still the open borders. Started migration, the new products came to Georgia, well, for example, the shrimps or something new kinds of vegetables, good quality. And then what we started to adapting this also. And the main idea to how to make the Georgian cuisine to develop, the mixing with the new ingredients. And for example, I have this very iconic dish now, which I did a couple of years ago when I started with innovation and improving the Georgian cuisine. the mussels chakapula. Because, you know, the chakapula is a very famous Georgian dish, and the mussels, even though they're the local and they're from Black Sea, are very unloved ingredients. And I really thought if we combine these two, like the mussels, which are locally sourced and have a great potential because all world loves mussels, and then we combine the chakapuli, which is like a very holy recipes of Georgia. So maybe the people will start eating the mussels, and then what we're gonna have? We have the totally new dish, which is very Georgian, with a very Georgian ingredients, which is mussels, and then maybe we can start like this mussel farming, and then became this more popular. And after like 8 years, this is what happened, you know. The Georgians started the mussel farms, and then the mussels became more and more popular, and then you can eat in Batumi local Georgian mussels, and when it's season I also have the mussels from Black Sea. So. Last 5 years is changed because we have the Farmers Association, you know, and then in the head is like a very young, talented, well-educated woman. You know, probably it will be also interesting for me. And she started this movement because she was like she had a PhD in some kind of, and then she moved to the village and opened her first factory, the cheese factory, and then from them she started. And with this movement, a lot of the young people going back to the villages because they see this is the potential, you know, and they're planting and they have idea, you know. I have the farmers who are planting for me the artichokes, and like in this last 2 years we'll have the Georgian artichokes already, you know. And then I have my very good friend. A couple of years ago I came from the Israel and I got crazy about this microgreens, you know, and I started planting myself, and then I got very bored. And I give her this know-how, and now she is producing the urban grapes, you know. She has a small urban farm and she's doing organic urban. This is how, and she was totally in some different business, you know. Now this is the potential also for the young people to do and to have a farms and like in winemaking. My husband was photographer when we married, and he was very like urban, even though he is from Kachetia and his parents, they like have a house there and also the Marani, but he was not very into it, you know. Probably it was always in his blood. But and then like 4 or 5 years ago, we bought. We thought this is a good idea to renovate this house because it's very beautiful old Kachetian house. And his father passed away and give him the land, and then we thought, okay, we'll continue with the wine. So, and then he started, and now he's one of young natural winemakers, you know. I'm calling still them sectants, but still, you know. And then they are doing great job. So this movement is very important also, and it's not only in the wine because it's a trendy. It's also in the agriculture and in farming, and like my other friend has the small chicken farm, you know, and these kind of things would make sense. For the chefs, for me, the food starts not in the restaurants, you know. It always starts in the fields, it always starts in the farm, it always starts with the cheesemaker, because if I don't have the products, you can be very creative, but you can do nothing absolutely, you know. With the bad quality products, you can lie a little bit, but it's still not good quality the food, especially when you're doing the Georgian cuisines.
Yeah, my name is Lado Kobachidze. We are here in Tbilisi, Georgia. I'm a transport designer and working at CS as a tutor of digital sketching and ABC of graphic design. And we're proud to be Georgian, yeah, of course, because we have Georgian typography, which is beautiful and attractive. And that's one of the greatest things which we actually own. It's the world treasure from my point of view. This is the Georgian first craft beer. So this was one of the most important projects for me to design something new, especially for Georgian market. And the brand is the Black Lion.
I need you close to me. So fashion love, and he's a gentleman.
This is also connection, and the Georgian are still keeping connections to their roots. You know, all his childhood, he saw how the wine was making, how his grandmother did the bread, and this is all in our the memory. It's not like that we are the city people and then we never been there, and then now we have to go to the academy and study. This is also good because you need still knowledge. You know, it's a modern technologies, it's everything, and you need to know about fermentation. You have to have a knowledge to improve these old traditions. You know, and then how to keep the quarry clean. It's like all this new stuff, but. This connection, I think, it keeps in my cooking also. You know, I have so many recipes from my grandmothers. You know, my mother never cooked, so she was like an artist and she didn't care about the food. But my grandmother, and I saw it always was a guest in our house. And okay, I didn't study it, and I was not with my but it is in my memory, you know, still. And then the tastes are still in my memories, how it's tasted, you know. And this artificial knowledge which is inside of you, something, this memory more, is very important. So.
დაახლოებით 5000 ბოთლის წარმოებაა წინებული.
5000.
Качественно бутылок вот. Шираз и Монтепульчиано.
О,
Откуда у вас такие
да,
выборы?
так итальянские.
Итальянский это Шираз из Франции вообще-то. Ну, итальянский сорт во Франции тоже. И здесь тоже растет.
Одно вообще.
Вино.
А виноградник откуда у вас? Покупаете?
Пока
или
нет.
есть у вас?
Лично.
Думаете, будет у вас?
Обязательно.
Конечно, да?
У меня есть 6 гектар.
Ага.
И там будет такие сорты, как киси, хирхуи, мцуане. Эркацители, мой любимый сорт.
Тетри.
Классика. Климат стабилизациისთვის და ღვინი გაიმისთვის რა ქვია, გაფილტრისთვის კარგია. ყინვის დროს ღვინის ყრა შორდება და სხვადასხვა რაღაცები ისეთი ლეკება კარგად იწმება. ღვინის ქარხნებს აქვთ სპეციალური მაცივები. ძალიან ძვირი ვერს ჩვენთვის ძირები წარმოებისთვის სუპერ ძვირი вместе с чачей, и здесь мцуане просто только сок.
Ага.
Потому что у меня было 1000 кило, и როგორ ქართულად გეტყვით რა, თუ ქვევრივს ვერ ვავსებ, იმ შემთხვევაში გადამაქვს მარტო ситхе.
Нет, я не пойму.
Когда вот когда ферментация идет, нельзя кровь полный, потому что когда кипит,
ქართულად თქვა, ხო? ესეა. ქართული ადამიანი და ქართული ღვინო განუყოფილია ერთმანეთსაგან. და როგორც უკვე მეცნიერულად არის დამტკიცებული, 8000 წლის არის ქართული მევენახეობა მეღვინეობა. ეს მიუთითებს ამხელა კულტურულ მემკვიდრეობას ფლობს ჩვენი ერი და ჩვენი ქვეყანა.
Oh.